Welcome back to The Grind for a very brief video just to answer the question that I put out as a poll on my channel a few days ago before I did my Star-Lord Karina's challenge. Now, the question was, have you ever seen claims of farming over 100 level 1 revives? And then I put some options in the poll. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. And then I've done it before, as well as okay, but why? So the okay, but why is like, yeah, I believe it, but why are you doing it? And the why was the Star-Lord Karina's challenge, because I was going to be sinking a ton of revives into that. So not only did I farm over 100 level 1 revives in a 2-week period, but I actually raised it and went almost to 150. I did 144 level 1 revives. And if you've seen the stream, you'll know, or if you watch the other revive farming video that I put out, where I spent 10 full energy refills. I allocated starting with 10 energy refills, and I went through Act 3.2.6, picking up revives and energy refills, and kept going until I ran out of the original 10 I started with, and also investing the ones I picked up along the way to see how many revives I could pick up. And the answer was, I ended up getting 31 from that. And you can check out that video for more details on that. But that means I still farmed over 100 level 1 revives in that 2-week period without dropping all of those energy refills. And throughout that 2-week period, I picked up a bunch of energy refills, and probably 5 to 10 of them, which I then used at the end of the couple-week period. And so you can farm a ton of revives using 3.2.6, and there are other ones in Act 2 and Act 3 that work well also. You just have to find the one that you prefer and stick with it. I do have several revive farming videos, and I'll put some links in there. There is a something to keep in mind though. The revive farming that I do is auto fighting, and that's why I use Act 3. If you want to farm energy refills and more revives, it is more efficient to use Act 5.3.6, and I have a video on that as well, which I'll link probably at the top of this video and in the description. But you have to actually fight, because the opponents are harder. You can't just auto fight through it, so it takes time, about 10 to 15 minutes a path. And if you have the time and that is something you want to spend your time on in game, then that is much more efficient. But this is super effective, especially because you can pick up energy refills along the way. And now let's get into the evidence. So here we go. I just recorded this. We're talking over top of it, but I'm going to be showcasing, I'm going to be showing all the revives in my stash, but I'm not going to be showing the 15 that I have in my inventory, because you can hold 15 and the rest go into your stash. Now I'm going to be showing the solo crystals, or the 4-hour crystals here, just to show that I haven't opened those up. Those I was saving for health potions for the end of the Star-Lord run that I was doing. And I think I also show my rewards stash to show that I did claim all the revives from here as well, from the solo objectives. So that is something to keep in mind too. There's about 14 or 13, because it was about 13 days of farming. So 13 days of solo objectives that I was able to get those revives from as well. So you can count through if you would like. I may have been off on my counting, but I ended up counting 144. If I was off, it was only off by 1 or 2. But you can count through in this video. That's why I scrolled through slowly, so that you could see it and make sure that there was no trickery going on. But you can see that the days were going up. I was getting a handful per day. And then at the end here with the 13-day timers is when I had a bunch more from running through with those 10 energy refills. Now, you don't often need over 100 level 1 revives, so I don't recommend doing this all the time. But if you have a large piece of content that you're going to need a ton of revives for, this is an option, and potentially even more efficient to spend your units on energy refills to farm the quest for revives, because then you get if you look at my video, it was about 10 units per revive. So you can get 4 level 1 revives for the price of 1 level 2 revive. And then you can just use some health potions if you need to top yourself up. But I like to use Act 3.2.6 as a place to dump my energy whenever I don't have time to actually fight or play the game. And I want a quick way to get rid of some energy so that I don't waste it. And that allows me to stay topped up on my revives for any content that comes around. And then if I need to make sure I stock up a little more, I just spend a little bit more time for a couple days invested only in auto fighting that quest, and maybe even drop a few energy refills to get a little bit more. So I hope that this video was helpful and interesting. Take a look at my other revive farming videos for all the details on how to do it most effectively, and I hope to see you in the next video.